Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to the Jake's Streaming Emporium. I am once again back doing some more live streaming, as that's what I do, but recently I did a small talk about positivity in gaming spaces and why I think that is important. And we will be continuing on that trend today because I have something I want to talk about. I recently streamed the first part of this game called Silent Hill. It's a horror game. Yeah, you know about Silent Hill, right? But what I was thinking about was a lot of feelings I have towards horror media. Because I fucking love horror media. I love horror so much. I've been fascinated since we were like little kids looking at fucking YouTube clips of Saw and being disgusted, right? Again, that's not actually my kind of thing with horror, but I was always fascinated. But the twist here comes in that I have generalized anxiety. I have really, really bad anxiety issues. Like, some days I can't take the bus. I have all of my classes currently scheduled in the afternoon because I can't take the bus during rush hour. Because there's just too many people and it makes me very physically uncomfortable. Like, I was making food yesterday, cooking some pasta, relaxing, I had the ventilation on, because, we're cooking pasta, right, so it's bubbling away, and it's a bit loud. I have a YouTube video playing as well, that's also loud, so I can hear it over the ventilator, and then I hear someone say my name behind me, and I turn around, and I'm shitting myself. It's just my mom saying, "Oh, hey, Jacob, I have some bread here you can have for breakfast and lunch tomorrow. We got cheaply." And, like, my pulse doubled there. Like, it was incredible. Like, I just had a, like, worse than any jump scare during the Silent Hill stream. Because I was surprised. Like, my anxiety is really bad. I've had friends like grab me and like hug me from behind without me knowing, and I've like almost thrown them. This is a fucking hilarious story. I didn't realize I had anxiety at this point, but I did martial arts because it helped with my undiagnosed anxiety. And I had done that for like 6 years or something at this point. I was like 16. And my cousin had recorded a video of me dancing to a song and had shown that to her friends, and one of those friends were like, "Who the fuck is that boy? He's the prettiest person ever, like I need his number." And so my cousin called me one day like, "Yo, can I give you this guy's number? And can I give this girl your number?" And I was like, "Yeah, fucking fine, okay." And me and that girl like initiated a relationship that like lasted 1 year. But the first time we met up, it was like during winter and we were meeting in the like afternoon, so it was getting dark, and I was walking towards her house, and all of a sudden like I can't really navigate, so I'm like looking down my phone. This is again before Google Maps, so like I don't think I had data on my phone or some shit. Like I had a picture of the navigation. I'm like, what the fuck? And while I'm looking down at my phone, someone hugs me. And I realized this when I am like midway through a throw and I see her face while I have like fucking yeeted her, and we make eye contact, and I'm like, "I'm so sorry," and like stand her back up. I have bad anxiety. Like, luckily we talked that out, but I just fucking, first time meeting a girlfriend, that time just yeets her because she scared me. I take pills every morning. I have to take one of these or else I just don't work. And even with that, I still struggle to deal with it. Like, my anxiety is a very big issue in my life. Yet, I fucking love horror. I have a medical condition that essentially is I am too scared. Yet I am a very big fan of horror. Which it feels like some sort of paradox, right? I had a hard time like coping with that when I first got the diagnosis, because like how do you explain that? And I think a thing that helped me was I'm a big fan of Floating Where We Run. They do a show called Talking Simulator, and a guy on there called Cameron Lauder, a big literature guy, mentioned a essay a Gothic writer, I think she was a poet, named Anne Radcliffe, wrote in like 1826 that he had read during his studying, and they were talking about horror games on there, and it really like opened up to me why I enjoy horror, because it talks about the difference between horror and terror, where I love the description she uses. I stole this from Wikipedia, so it might not be like exactly word by word, but terror expands the soul and awakens the faculties to a higher degree of life. You get adrenaline, you get your heart fucking pumping, your brain just fucking goes. Like, a thing that happened to me a couple of times in lives, I have witnessed car crashes or accidents happen, or I've been like traffic accidents myself, or get into fights, and everything slows down and my brain just becomes fucking perfect. And I am, dude, if you are in a like emergency situation, I am fucking great, because I like function at a higher level of being. That's what terror does. Horror freezes and nearly annihilates them, like speaking to the faculties of life, right? Like, your breath stops. You like have to focus on this thing. You get so absorbed in it that you can't look away. You get drawn in, and that's what I love. And I really like started exploring my love of horror with Lovecraftian fiction, written by the big racist and awful person H.P. Lovecraft. Awful person, great writer. Did some great fucking writing that I struggle to read sometimes because it's really fucking racist. But this homie writes about his fear of new things, of the world and how it's evolving. And there is this uncanniness to the way he describes the world, and a lot of other writers have done better in the present, right? You get this feeling of the world does not care about you. Like, you just keep moving forward. Like, there's nothing you can do, and your life is insignificant, and nothing you can do matters. And present some very interesting ideas. A great example of cosmic horror was in Get Out, a movie. Fuck, I don't remember what his name was. He's so fucking good, a great director. Made a movie called Us as well, but it's about these like people who like steal bodies, and like they specifically like abduct young black men and women, and like transplant older people's like brains into them so they can keep living. But they target black people specifically because the police don't investigate them that properly. Like, it has so many layers, and horror just makes me fascinated. Silent Hill, I am like drawn fucking in. I am so into the universe while I'm playing these games, and it's fun. It's fascinating. But the thing is, my anxiety doesn't really regard horror. My anxiety is mostly regarding terror, right? Horror is not something that my brain does when I'm having anxiety attacks. That's fucking straight up terror. That is my heart fucking beating. That is sweat dripping down my face. That is crying. That is I can't breathe because I'm trying to breathe too fast. I'm not fascinated by things. I can't think because my body is exploding. What horror media allows me to do is it gives me a safe environment to explore uncomfortable ideas like that. It lets me take control of my fear and like go in here and say to myself, this is fucking scary, this is an uncomfortable thing, but I can control it. I can dive deep into it and feel bad, but it's fine. And it is in my hands. And that's very safe for me. That is very freeing to me, that I have that ability to control when I'm scared and when I'm not. It's a weird thing to like talk about and describe, but I think the important part is that I get to control my anxiety. Funny enough, I love roller coasters. I love skiing. I love other adrenaline seeking stuff because it's the same thing. And that is why I think I can love horror while being a very, very anxious person.